We're on the Space Coast and all set for liftoff. This is AquaCross. So, welcome to Cocoa Beach in the penultimate round of the 2015 AquaCross Championship. This weekend, the action will be bigger and better than ever as AquaCross joins forces with the IJSBA National Championships, which sees over 80 riders competing across 12 different classes. Back to the championship though, and the last round in St Cloud, where the riders found themselves battling the conditions alongside their fellow competitors as the heavens opened on East Lake Toho. So after St Cloud, the championship tables have been left like this. In the 300 class, it's Axa Aswar and Brother Era who are still sitting on top with Mike Klippenstein not far behind. Although this weekend, with neither Axa or Brother Era racing, Mike has a real chance to take the lead in the standings. And you can bet Eric Francis is also likely to be on the charge. In the 250 horsepower championship, Eric Lagopoulos' win in St Cloud has seen him close the gap on Paloma Noceda, and now it's just 2 points that split them at the top. Brian Baldwin is still in the mix though, and were it not for his unfortunate points losses earlier in the season, you would have expected him to be much closer. In the 200 horsepower championship, it's the battle of the teammates as Travis Zalesko holds off Rob Greenwald by 37 points. Although with all the points on offer this weekend, you can expect that battle to stay tight. Cocoa Beach is known for its surf, and it's likely to be a key player in the racing this weekend as the riders head in close to the shoreline after the initial start run, which begins up here at the pier. So let's take a closer look then at the course the riders will be taking on 3 times this weekend.
After the main run-up from the pier towards turn number 2, this counterclockwise rotation will have 8 turns, including left and right-handers, and a long run right along the beach.
So this is it then, it's the first one of the weekend. So let's head out to the start line and join your race commentator, Martin Sanborn.
Thanks, Kevin, and we're on board number 714, Dominic Barilla, as the teams all line up for the start. One major start for the 300s, the 250s, and the 200 class. And we are underway. The green flag is up, and we are racing here for heat number 1 in Cocoa Beach. Off to an early jump is the number 212 of Mike Klippenstein, but he's getting challenged big time by Chris Leo as they battle for the lead heading towards turn 1. They're both towards the left center of the pack, so they're going to have to come a little bit to the left to make it to that first turn. But there's our battle for the lead. Number 212, Mike Klippenstein, and number 321, Chris Leo. Chris Leo on the outside, he has a little bit of an edge, but Klippenstein has the inside line as they make their way around the first turn. And Klippenstein's going to come out in the lead as he squares it off, makes a beautiful turn at turn 1. And he moves himself into the lead at the start of the first heat. Klippenstein is now on the back straightaway as he makes his way towards the first right-hander he'll face on this race course. Calm conditions here in the first heat as we look at the spread between first and second, and we go back to our third place ski, number 911, Eric Francis. As the 200 and 300s make their way around the first turn, back to our leader in the 300 class, Mike Klippenstein, number 212. Mike is running on the Sea-Doo FCR SVHO. He is an elite rider here in P1 AquaCross as he continues to lead. Now we take a look at number 714, Dominic Barilla. Dominic on board a Kawasaki 300 as we go back to our leader, Mike Klippenstein, way out front here in heat number 1. Back on our third place ski, this is Eric Francis. Eric's machine is a Kawasaki 310R. Our leader is catching up to some lap traffic. That is Rob Greenwald on the number 57 machine. He is running in the 200 category. Klippenstein has the inside as he moves his way along the shoreline, heading towards turn number 1, continuing to open up his margin in the 300 class. Even though Klippenstein's out in the lead, he now has to deal with the wash coming up with the traffic in front of him as he passes lap traffic. As our drone hovers over the start-finish line, you can see the calmer conditions making it a little bit easier for the teams to navigate the surf here in Cocoa. There are 3 classes on this race course at the same time, the 200s, the 250s, and the 300s. Out front in the 250 class is the number 502 of Brian Baldwin. And out front, continuing to dominate the class in the 200s, is the number 999 of Travis Velasco as the white flag is out. We are on the final lap here in heat number 1. Mike Klippenstein continues to lead, opening up his margin right now as we go on board Dominic Barilla, the number 714 on his Kawasaki. Klippenstein riding into standing position, leaning his weight over the front of the ski, keeping his balance forward so he can punch through the little bit of swells that are out there. Calmer conditions here in this first heat. But Klippenstein has led from start to finish. First one around the turn on the inside at the start of the race, and he continues to lead as we go back on board number 714, Dominic Barilla. Dominic on a Kawasaki machine, currently running in 4th position as we go back to a look of our leader as he is on the north end of the race course, getting ready to make that left-hand turn at the pier. The white flag is out. Next time Klippenstein comes around, though, he will see the checkered flag. He's now heading towards the beach. At the north end of the race course, Klippenstein out front in the 300s. Klippenstein's now heading south. He's coming up to the chicane, but he's got some lap traffic he's going to have to deal with. He's way out front right now in the 300s. Klippenstein in the lead. And here comes the checkered flag. Getting ready to come out for our leader in the 300 class. It is Mike Klippenstein as he comes around the final right-hand turn in traffic. He's now squaring it up along the beach. He's got to navigate some surf coming over, but he's in great position. And here he comes to the win. Mike Klippenstein takes a checkered flag in the 300 class. And here are the results for the 300s. Klippenstein takes the win, followed by Francis, Russo, Barilla, Chia in 5th, Saxon, Thornton, and Toledo. In the 200 class, the domination continues by Travis Velasco as he takes the checkered flag, followed by the leader in the 250 class, number 502, Brian Baldwin. And here are our results for the 200s and the 250s. In the 200s, Velasco takes the win, followed by Greenwald and Saxon. In the 250 classes, Baldwin, Nocita, and Gorey. And we jump right into heat number 2 here in Cocoa Beach as the 300s rocket to the front. AquaCross features a 30-minute heat plus 1 lap, so it's all about endurance as these teams have to put together 3 30-minute heats in a weekend to come across with the top points. Klippenstein got a good hole shot here in heat number 2 as he made his way around the race course, heading towards the white flag lap. Klippenstein on the south end of the race course, going around the main, turn number 2. Coming around to his right-hander, well out front. But in second place right now is Dominic Barilla. Dominic coming off of a 4th place finish in the first heat. But Klippenstein dominated again. The checkered flag is out. Klippenstein airs it out, coming into the right-hander as he heads towards the beach, and the checkered flag. As it's bumped up just a little bit here in the second heat, and there it is. The checkered flag goes to Mike Klippenstein as he takes the win in heat number 2. And here are our results for heat number 2 in the 300s. Klippenstein takes the win, followed by Barilla, Chia, Russo, Thornton, Silva, Toledo, and Radetic. In the 250 class, the defending 2014 champion Eric Lagopoulos on his Sea-Doo comes by and takes the win in the 250s. And in the 200 class, what else can you say about this rider, the number 999 of Travis Velasco? He takes yet another win in the 200s. Let's take a look at our results in the 200s and the 250s. Velasco takes the win in 200, followed by Saxon, Greenwald, and Gonzalez. In the 250s, it's Lagopoulos, Gorey, Baldwin, and Noceda.
So that's it for day one here in Cocoa Beach. Join us tomorrow when we'll be coming back to do it all again in the Aquacross Championship. Welcome back to day two down here in Cocoa Beach. We're on the penultimate weekend of the 2015 season. We saw some awesome action across all three classes. The 200 battle continued between Travis Ilasco and Rob Greenwald. And in the 250s, that story between Brian Baldwin, Eric Lagopoulos and Paloma Noceda was raging in the surf. But in the 300s, without the Aswell brothers here and no Blaine Spooner, it was all eyes on Eric Francis, Mike Klippenstein and Jason Russo. Well, that blew wide open with Russo coming off his ski, Francis getting a technical, and Klippenstein just doing the business. Certainly made for a great day's action. So yesterday certainly was a great day's racing, and with this wind and surf picking up this morning, who knows what's going to happen today? Well, let's find out what the riders are thinking then as we have a chat to them down here in the pits this morning. So Travis, Rob, first day of the weekend, all said and done yesterday, and you guys were going toe-to-toe once again. What are you thinking this morning?
Go for it.
Yeah, I don't know, like Travis, he sets a pace that I just try and do my best to keep. It's not easy because my teammate is fast.
My teammate is fast too. He keeps my pace going, and I just hope it gets rougher. That's the big thing. You get out there, and we both ride amazing in rough water, and we can make it happen out there.
Pretty rough out there in the surf yesterday, and it's perhaps flattened off a little bit today, but who knows?
Yeah, it was really rough yesterday. It started raining at the last AquaX Moto, and right now we'll see what happens right now. It seems like the wind is picking up. I think the surf, they're calling for a little bit less of a surf, but hoping for it.
So Eric, an eventful day for you yesterday, but the good news is you've closed the gap on Paloma.
Yeah, big time, you know, and winning that second moto was awesome, and closed the points gap. I think I finally took the overall lead, which I should have been in the first place, you know? I mean, I'm Eric Lagopoulos. I should be winning this thing, right?
So Jason, eventful day for you out there yesterday, leading in that second one, but then just what happened?
I've been nursing a bit of a shoulder injury for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and the pounding was taking its toll on it, so I had to kind of give it a break a little bit, and unfortunately, you can't do that when you're on one of these machines, and I went for a little water sample, as you could say.
Paloma, great racing with you and Eric yesterday. The gap is closing in the championship. What have you got to do today?
Yeah, I need to win. I need to win at least one of the motos, so I keep on front. Right now, there is only 1 point of difference between me and Eric, so this is going to be a very nice championship.
So this is it. It's the final one of the weekend. It's all to play for across all three classes. Let's head out at the start for race 3.
Thank you, Kevin, as the teams have lined up for the final heat here in Cocoa Beach on board with Dominic Barilla as the green flag goes, and we are underway in heat number 3. Definitely calmer conditions than it was in the final heat yesterday as the number 77 of Jason Russo jumps off to an early lead. He got a great hole shot making his way towards turn number 1. Jason Russo out front. Slightly calmer conditions, but you can see the skis still getting air. It doesn't take much. It's 65 miles an hour as we go back on board the number 714 of Dominic Barilla. He's currently running in 4th position. As you see him navigate the waterway, he dives to the inside of that wake, trying to find some clean water. Russo continues to lead, but he's got company in the form of Enrique Chia. He is on his heels and trying to challenge. Jason Russo out front, Enrique Chia in 2nd place. But we've got a battle shaping up now for 3rd as the number 714 is trying to challenge to move into 3rd position. He's coming up hard, and there he is. He now moves into 3rd place. Dominic Barilla now in 3rd position as he's on the inside line. You can see the water is chopping up as he goes across the wake back to the outside. The teams make the right-hander on the outside straight, now heading towards the pier at the north end of the race course. On the north end of the race course, Jason Russo on his Kawasaki 310R machine on the north end of the race course, holding off the competition as he continues to lead and makes the turn towards the south. Enrique Chia still in second place. Third place, Dominic Barilla. But coming up hard from the back of the pack is the number 212, Mike Klippenstein. He is now running in fourth position as we go on board the number 714 machine of Dominic Barilla, currently still running in third place. Although there's not a lot of wind chop over the top, you can tell there's still bumps as the skis fly off the waves. Russo goes around the right-hander, heading towards the beach and the surf line here in Cocoa Beach. Continuing to lead, followed by Enrique Chia, Dominic Barilla in third. But coming up hard is Mike Klippenstein, the number 212 ski. Jason Russo at the bumpiest part of the race course as he gets ready to make the left-hand turn out to sea on the south end of the race course, right in the surf line. And the battle continues for third, fourth, and fifth position, but Jason Russo is out front. Enrique Chia in second place, but coming up hard. He's now past the fourth place boat, number 212. Mike Klippenstein has now moved into third position, and he has now moved into second position. Mike Klippenstein is driven by two skis on the front straightaway and is now chasing down Russo, trying to take the lead. Russo is out front. He looks like he's on the wider side of the race course. Klippenstein takes the inside but goes across the wake. He's now on the outside of Russo and drives by to move into the lead. Mike Klippenstein is now in first place in the 300 class as he drives around on the outside. Russo now in second, Enrique Chia in third. As Mike Klippenstein continues to open up a margin right now. Klippenstein would love to make it 3 for 3 here in Cocoa Beach, but here comes Russo charging on the inside. They are almost side by side as they head towards the north end of the race course. This is a battle for first place. Russo on the outside of that right-hand turn as they head towards the north end of the course, and he has now just moved into the lead ahead of Mike Klippenstein. He will have the inside lane if he can hold that position as they move to the extreme north end of the race course by the pier. Russo and Klippenstein side by side as they come up to the left-hander at the north end. Russo has the inside. Let's see if Klippenstein decides to dive to the inside and try to make up some ground. Klippenstein hangs on that outside. Russo continues to hold him off. Russo has a little bit of a margin as they go into the final right-hand turn heading back south as we look at Mike Klippenstein now running in second place, trying to run down Jason Russo. Jason got past him on the last straightaway. They're now coming up to the right-hander to take him right into the surf line along the beach here in Cocoa. And as they head south, Klippenstein gets past Russo and retakes the lead. You see him looking over his shoulder as he drives by, looking to see how much room he's got coming into this right-hander. A quick right hand followed by a left takes him right into the surf line. And Klippenstein now back into the lead. And you see Russo back there. And as we go on board our number third place boat, Dominic Barilla. He has now moved into third place after getting by Enrique Chia. And there's our top three boats as you look at it from the vantage point of Dominic Barilla as he tries to chase down Jason Russo. Looks like real sloppy conditions right along the beach side as they all make the left-hander heading towards the east and the back straightaway. But here is our leader, number 212, Mike Klippenstein, as he flies off the waves. Klippenstein out front again, trying to make it 3 for 3 here in Cocoa Beach. As he heads towards the white flag, final lap here in the final heat. As Mike Klippenstein in first place. Second place, number 77, Jason Russo. And we also, again, have 200s and 250s running on this course, as the number 502 of Brian Baldwin is out front in the 250s, and in the 200s, Travis Velasco continues to lead. But we go back to our leader in the 300 class. This is Mike Klippenstein. He is on his final lap as he makes his way around the north end of the race course, heading towards a checkered flag and what will be 3 in a row if he can hold off. Bumpy conditions towards the end of this final heat here in Cocoa Beach. Enrique Chia has now gotten past Russo. He is in second place. Enrique Chia on the number 34 machine comes by on his white flag lap, having moved into second. And back out to our leader in the 300 class, Mike Klippenstein. He has been phenomenal all weekend long, and he is looking to make it 3 in a row as he comes towards the checkered flag. And there it is. Mike Klippenstein takes the win in heat number 3, a clean sweep here in Cocoa Beach. As we go on board the number 714 machine, we see the number 502 of Brian Baldwin go by. He will end up taking the win.
Brian, great win for you out there. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was gnarly conditions. You know, I didn't get a really good start, so I just came out and, you know, held it clamped, and, you know, it paid off.
You're up against Rob Greenwald in your class, but you did the business once again. You held him off.
Yeah, I did hold him off. It was a good race, and I think I left most of my whole class, so I'm pumped up. I can't wait for the last weekend. It's going to be a great event in Tavares.
You're looking pretty beat up, but you took the win, so you must be pretty pleased.
You know what? They always say the Kawasaki's are better in this rough water, but this new Yamaha 1800cc FX, it worked absolutely tremendous in the rough today. Dean Charrier's got it hooking up so good. Special thanks to Yamaha for giving me the boat and Dean for prepping it. And I couldn't ask for a better day. So I think that puts me in the points lead now with 1 race to go.
Let's take a look at our results for heat number 3 here in Cocoa Beach. Mike Klippenstein takes the win, followed by Enrique Chia, Chris Saxon, and Jason Russo. In the 200s and 250s, Travis Velasco makes it a clean sweep, followed by Chad Saxon and Jose Gonzalez. In the 250s is Brian Baldwin, followed by Paloma Nacita and Ron John Levy. Overall for the weekend, it's Velasco, Baldwin, and Klippenstein taking the top podium positions in their classes. And for our championship totals, Velasco leads the 200s, Nacita in the 250s, and Klippenstein in 300s.
So that's it. Another Aquacross weekend comes to a close. Fantastic racing across all 3 classes. When we come back next time, it's the season finale. Until then, from all of us here and myself, Kev Harris, on Cocoa Beach, see ya.